La-di-la-di-da-da. Huh? What? Huh? What? What the f? Yosh. So I was browsing through the internet and randomly found myself on the GKids website because, shut up, and lo and behold, my surprise. GKids acquired North American rights to Neon Genesis Evangelion. Of all series, Evangelion? Really? From my understanding of GKids, it's basically a New York-based studio. They handle mostly the distribution of Studio Ghibli films and other select anime movies that they themselves release. I think the G stands for Ghibli Kids. That's a very interesting news. I watch a few anime films from GKids and they're not as good as the Studio Ghibli films. Granted, I'm not exactly sure if GKids actually create the films. I think they mostly just distribute the films. If they have created the films, then by all means, good job on them. But I don't know, like films like Fireworks, I got it and it was okay. It wasn't really big. It was entertaining, but that's about it. I watched it once and I put it away. I've never seen it again. I don't really have an urge to watch that again, but I know they distributed the movie Mary and the Witch's Flower. Granted, that movie was done by Studio Ponok, which is a studio by former employees of Studio Ghibli under the tutelage of Hayao Miyazaki. I could be wrong. I think I'm wrong, but I know they're somehow involved. But I know that since Mr. Miyazaki's not going to make as much films, the employees decided to get together and make their own studios and continue the tradition. And I think the first film was Mary and the Witch's Flower. I watched it in theaters. It was okay. It wasn't really on par with the Studio Ghibli type films by itself. It was an entertaining film. It's just not Ghibli-esque, if one can say. It had this Ghibli art style, that's for sure. And not bringing the film down, it's just on par with Princess Mononoke or Castle in the Sky or Spirited Away or Howl's Moving Castle. It's not up there. Granted, that movie itself was also based out of a book, which is similar to some of the other Miyazaki films, but that's besides the point. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is GKids distribute the Mary and the Witch's Flower, which is on par with other GKids movies, it's like Studio Ghibli but light, which I guess makes sense. It's GKids. It's a kid version of Studio Ghibli. A kidder version of Studio Ghibli. Then again, if you consider Princess Mononoke as a kid's film. I thought Disney releases those films, those Studio Ghibli films, but I'm like so confused. But I do know that GKids did release Mirai, which is a pretty family-centric film. I think the creator of Mirai was Mamoru Hosoda, and I think he did Summer Wars and Wolf's Children. And don't forget about The Boy and the Beast. I think he did Boy and the Beast. Cannot forget about Boy and the Beast. Please don't ever forget that he did Boy and the Beast. Just saying. Good film. But Mirai wasn't really, I guess considering his past works, it wasn't really that up there. It was just mostly low-key. If you consider an interdimensional sibling from the future coming to you, but that aspect comes like later on in the story, which was weird, I think. I don't remember this movie anymore. I haven't watched it since, I think I watched this in theaters. I don't even have the movie. Do I have the movie? I'm looking at my collection. I do not have the movie. I guess I should get the movie. Speaking of movies, GKids also released Patama Inverted. Now, okay, Patama Inverted was actually not that bad of a film. It was actually pretty entertaining considering GKids films. Not bad. Okay, I cannot forget about The Napping Princess, which is also something distributed by GKids. Napping Princess, it was a nice, interesting thought premise. It's just like the final battle, if there is a final battle, it's I think to me, in my personal opinion, I think the real world aspect of the final battle was a little bit more entertaining than the dream aspect of the final battle. Even though the dream aspect of the final battle was more spectacle and whatnot. But then it's just me, but then again, some of my other friends also agree. But we're just a small minority. So if you like Nappy Princess, I don't blame you. I enjoy it. I probably will watch it again. Probably I'll watch it more than Fireworks. I'm bringing down Fireworks. It's a good film. Go get it. Go watch it yourself. Judge it for yourself. Because I didn't... Wait, didn't I begin with Evangelion? Yeah, let's go back to Evangelion. So GKids, the one who gave you Patama Inverted, Fireworks, Napping Princess, don't forget about Mary and the Witch's Flower, and anything else that I totally forgot. Mirai, yeah, sure, Mirai, include Mirai, is going to distribute you Evangelion. The TV series, the movies, I think the old movies, but the movies nonetheless. Okay, let me go read a little bit of the segment from the GKids website themselves. GKids, the acclaimed producer and distributor of animation for adult and family audiences, announced it has acquired North American theatrical, home video, and EST rights to the critically acclaimed Neon Genesis Evangelion. Including in the landmark deal are the original 26-episode television series, Neon Genesis Evangelion, as well as the films Evangelion Death, True to the Second Power, and The End of Evangelion. All 3 properties will be released on Blu-ray and on digital download to own in 2021. This is the first time Neon Genesis Evangelion will be available on Blu-ray in North America. The deal, finalized on the eve of the storied saga's 25th anniversary, was negotiated by GKids president David Jetstead, totally mispronouncing his last name, I apologize. I truly apologize. And King Records. Credited by Hideaki Anno, totally know I'm mispronouncing his name, I apologize as well. The Neon Genesis Evangelion television series is considered one of the most influential animated series of all time. Since its 1995 premiere in Japan, the story of teenager Shinji Ikari, congratulations, has remained one of the most iconic titles in animation history, and a global pop culture phenomenon. Neon Genesis Evangelion was one of the first titles that transformed my idea of what animation is truly capable of, said GKids president David Jetstead, with a T. GKids was created with the intent to distribute the best animation in the world, and it's an honor to help share such a groundbreaking work with the North American audiences in new formats. Okay, so this is going to be very, very interesting because previously in home media releases, the last one who released Evangelion on DVD set, and any home media sets to be more precise, was ADV with the Platinum Edition. But ADV Films shut down. And so that was the last that we saw of Evangelion, the original TV series, I might add. I'm not talking about the movie remakes. No, I'm not including them. And GKids is not including them either, because they're only talking about the old original ones. This series is also currently available on Netflix with a new dub, minus the Fly Me to the Moon song. I guess they couldn't afford the lyrics, but Netflix can afford other things like, yeah, why couldn't they Fly Me to the Moon? Is that really that expensive? I mean, they can afford the documentary of Man on the Moon, which is moon-centric. So if they can talk about a man on the moon, they can totally fly to the moon. If you don't get it, don't worry about it. It's a me thing. But this is going to be interesting. So that means the original TV series of Evangelion is going to be available on Blu-ray and digital format. That's really interesting and really good, and I hope that the TV series that's going to be available on Blu-ray will be the uncut episodes, at least the uncut edition, not the original TV series. Nothing wrong with it. I just want to see the extra 2 minutes of silence and legs rubbing with each other. I guess that's, and of course I'm being an idiot about this. I'm sure there's other scenes, like the scene where Masato was using a sniper or binoculars or whatever it is that enhances her sight, looking at Kaoru. And Kaoru was looking at her, even though there's like a humongous distance of feet between them, but he still noticed her spying on him, and she was like, what? Okay, I'm saying random memories here. I wanted to include all the different endings from the last episode. I think it was the last episode. Some editions comes with extra scenes, like one comes with extra animation, some comes with extra minutes, some comes with a live action aspect of the series, where you get to see the cast of Evangelion in the real world during the whole Shinji mind messed up early. I don't remember anymore. I really don't. It's been so long since I watched this. Since I watched this series. But this is actually very interesting news. What makes it even more interesting is because it's going to be released by GKids. Studio Ghibli. I mean, usually doesn't Disney also get involved with it? Does that mean Disney owns Evangelion? Disney presents Neon Genesis Evangelion, the uncut edition. That's kind of interesting.
Gosh, very interesting indeed.
Right. Well, okay, that was weird, but anyway, that's besides the point, because of the fact that once it comes out on Blu-ray, I'm obviously going to get it, because this Evangelion really did change the landscape of anime all around, at least at the time, considering it's been re-released again, and we're still waiting for the 4th movie, which apparently will be the end of this remake. Still haven't watched it though, but I have it right there in my Blu-ray cabinet shelf, my Blu-ray shelf. I'm gonna marathon the entire Evangelion franchise, aren't I? God damn it!